You'll be able to refine them pretty well here shortly. Or burn them, one of the two.
finally feel like
But yeah, mine does a thing. I'm like, I don't know how that's supposed to occur.
All right. Well, maybe we won't get to find out what it is Brendan was talking about on today's session of the city of Caelumvale, episode 2. We managed to get to a second one of these, believe it or not. We didn't get immediately canceled after the first episode. It's a miracle.
Oh, yeah.
Now, with that being said, we have a bit of interesting details to cover. Just a little bit of a recap, if you would. A sort of revisit to what took place last week. Now, when When we last left our, well, heroes might be a strong word to use for these interesting individuals. We last left them. They are just simple pennymen of the 12. A complicated and intricate thieves guild throughout Caelumvale, and they had been tasked with a mission or a job that no one else wanted, traveling far away from the city on a seemingly tedious mission of minimal importance, comfort, and pay. They have been sent to the marshland township of Onyxa on the Flats to meet up with a hand of the 12 named Volganarian. They are supposed to help this dwarf caravaneer secure some items that have been requested by the royals of the 12. Their travels were relatively easy. It was a straight path due east about 3 days, over which they got to know each other in some respects, a little bit more, some more than others, Hesha being quite inquisitive to the nature of everyone else around her, except for maybe Cricket, an old friend of hers. But thankfully, their travel was relatively uneventful. They didn't have to fight anything along the way to Onyxa on the Flats, though Cricket did encounter something most odd during one of his watches on this journey. A sort of strange green creature that seemed to be made of plant and fungus and almost flesh all at the same time. A peculiar looking thing that seemed to appear and disappear in a crackle of thunder. But beyond that, it was relatively uneventful. Now, arriving in Onyxa on the Flats, this town is simple. There's nothing too grandiose about it. In comparison to Caelumvale, it might as well not exist. But there is one good thing about this place. It is one of the best places to get red splayfeet, a particular interesting breed of cattle that have long, thick red hair all along their bodies to ward off biting insects and the like. And it seems Volganarian had already acquired these cattle, and the party looking for this dwarf contact of theirs set about going through town, getting some odd looks here and there, but eventually managed to sort of find their way to the dry spot. The cultural center, if you will, of Onyx on the Flats, the only place to find a bed, a drink, and a meal you didn't cook yourself. They noticed a lupuskin and it looked like some sort of insect creature, along with a dwarf at the bar, chugging back some ale. After some interesting introductions on the part of Hesha, it was made clear that this was Volganarian, the contact they were supposed to meet with from the 12, and though the cargo he was bringing back seemed rather ordinary to this group, just some cows, it turns out that there was more to this than initially meets the eye. It seems Vol had gotten his hand on some shards, the crystal of this realm, potent and deep reservoir of magic. Though these shards were unrefined and unattuned, they would be quite useful and quite worth a lot of money. The only problem being getting them into the city is easier said than done in terms of avoiding the tariffs and taxes that a non-Bankers Guild member would be charged for bringing them in. And so Vol had the brilliant idea of sneaking them in underneath the red splayfoots, tying them up inside of the thick and hard to see through hair of these creatures' fur. Now, another cog in this plan is a short missive that was given to the group to give to Vul along with their escort duties. And Vul, taking a look at this missive, realized that there had been another complication. Apparently, Bellerin Dustwalker, a historian who had been exploring this region of the world as of late, had been found out for a most recent discovery. A discovery that someone very high up in the Thieves Guild wants for themselves. Thankfully, Bellerin had not left the dry spot since his discovery, but it now fell onto a wonderful gaggle of adventurers to try to figure out how to get it from him and get it back safely to Caelumvale. Shepard, a terse skull, had taken notice of the behaviors of Bellerin and his three companions. They seemed to spend all day up in their room, seemingly studying the artifact or doing what have you. But when the sun was down, they would come down together for meals and drinking and revelry, and this cycle seemed to repeat itself for as long as they've been here. Information, Hesha and Cricket did a bit of scouting around this area, figuring out a decent way to maneuver around and get up to the upper level of the dry spot without being seen, and found a way to infiltrate into their rooms without being detected, while Bomber, Ophelia, and Ash kept an eye on things downstairs and tried to make sure everything stayed on the up and up, while Vul, Shepard, and Nada, the Lupuskin, also with Vul, sat downstairs and seemed to look on anxiously, hoping that whatever plan this party had went through smoothly. Things seemed to be going rather well, being able to get the rope out and get Cricket upstairs, and over to Bellerin's room, everything was fine. Hesha did take note of a peculiar-looking plate underneath the door that seemed to be odd and mechanical in nature, and after some short investigation realized it was a trap laid for them, that they, with the combination of Cricket's help, were able to disarm and get around in opening up the door to Bellerin's room. But looking inside this dark room, they noticed a peculiar locked chest, and it looked like a long metal contraption attached to it, on top of which rested an interesting-looking thing. Something that seemed to be made out of electricity itself that crackled and seemed to almost move as though it was breathing, as though it was sleeping. Box of which were alarming, to be sure, but it seemed that they had not been detected yet, as Cricket, tied to a rope held by Hesha, proceeded into the room as quietly as he possibly could, trying to get closer and closer to the chest, get their hands on what was inside, and get out without being detected. Unfortunately, there was a complication. This chest was not by itself. It was attached to this weird metal contraption, and attached to it, the weird creatures of electricity, which awoke and saw Cricket, after he regained his composure from touching the rod and feeling the course of electricity through him, and they began to shriek and cackle with electricity, as that is where we left off with the city of Caelumvale last week.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Get yourself some DM inspiration.
Yeah.
Thanks, Base DM.
I'm taking a page out of Angry DM's book where I'm going to be trying to do the recap so that way I can sink in the actually important information into your brains.
Sure.
Thank.
So
Thinks we have
now,
brains.
as the crack of electricity and the shrieks begin to cry out, we come back over now to the dry spot.
Darkness.
Oh, there I am. Oh, that's awful.
I see nothing.
Second.
Oh dear. Oh, it's raining. Oh.
So, Cricket and Hesha, roll initiative for me, please.
Oh boy. Yeah, cricket.
Cricket!
I got you. Give me a second.
I can see!
Yeah, there's hair everywhere.
There you go. Token updated. All right. And as thunder crashes outside and the first of these shrieks seems to ring out throughout the inn, I need the three of you downstairs, except for Ophelia, to give me so Ash and Red, give me perception checks.
Oh, yeah.
Mama and Red and Ash, the rain and thunder outside, it's a little bit hard to hear what it is that may or may not have happened upstairs. It's just you're hearing the music from downstairs and the people talking and drinking. But Ophelia, you notice underneath the crash of thunder, it sounds like, well, it almost sounds like lightning struck upstairs. You can hear just ever so faintly the crackle of electricity and the sliding of objects on wood. Something doesn't feel particularly right.
Grab Barbara's hand and I whisper to her, I think something's wrong.
Duh.
Yes, let me see here.
We don't know what's wrong, but yes.
Okay, that's what the problem is.
Uh-oh.
Yep, as per usual, like every other time I try to do anything, something broke.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
Sometimes she goes just the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't.
Huh. Okay. As it seems like the lodge man who has been having a bit more to drink than some of his compatriots, with a large sword on his back, kind of turns his head up, kind of squints at the ceiling, and then goes back to drinking. As, let's see what happens.
Death. Lots of death.
There's just tons of death.
Mm-hmm.
On the deaths.
Just start walking up there as soon as I can.
Alright. Cricket, you are fighting in the dark with your friend behind you. You can see strange creatures that seem to move towards you with obvious hostility. What do you do?
So the last session ended with my hands on the box, right?
On the chest, yeah.
Can I try and just lift it up? See how heavy it is? Or is it like anchored to the ground?
As you kind of like pull on it just a little bit, you can feel it kind of slide and give. It doesn't. It's like I said. It seems to be about the size of literally like a modern day loaf of bread.
Yeah, so like it comes off the ground if I try to lift it up.
As you lift it up, it comes off the ground. You notice it is heavy and unwieldy as the large metal pole is attached to it, and attached to that is this weird-looking creature.
But like not heavy enough where I could probably move with this in my hands. Is that correct?
Yeah. If you want to use take your your action to actually.
I'm already holding it. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you'd be able to move with this.
Okay, cool. At any incapacitated slower speed? Is it so heavy it'd be like half speed, or what's going on?
It's so unwieldy that it'd be about half speed. Yeah, you're trying to run with something much taller than you.
Hesha, I got it, and I just start booking it towards the door with this thing in hand.
Let's head to the window. I'll take care of your little friend you have there.
20. I can make it about. Oof. I think I can make it through Hesha over here. And that's about. Oh, I'm Q. That's about it.
As Hesha, you can see this weird sort of like crackling form just exist on top of. It does not look pleased. As best as you can tell what pleased would look like, it seems to be grimacing and snarling at you with crackles of electricity coming off of it, as it is almost kind of tilted. It looks like it's free floating, actually, based on how I'd imagine you carrying this. So it looks like it should fall off to the ground, but it seems to be anchored to this pole. The metal plate seeming to be where it's perched on.
Hesha, this thing won't get off.
Let's see if I can take care of it.
And let's see. I think I can disengage or hide. That's about it. That's my turn.
All right. Hesha, this problem has now entered the hallway, and you think you can take care of it. How are you going to do that?
Hello there, friend. Finally. As I feel the surge, the rush in my body, and just waiting, the anticipation building up this moment, and finally, some action. This dangerous creature before me, sparking with electricity. I just want to dig my fangs into it as I pull out my dagger, and I feel a rush through my body, and I want to dig this thing as deep into this creature's body as I can. As how do I use my DM inspiration?
Haha.
Click on the card and I think drag it out. Yeah.
It's hidden all over the place.
Oh god! Can we get a Shift Z, Control Z, whatever it is?
Yeah, will that work? You might need to Shift Z it. First I'll say it. Because it's hidden by the dynamic gliding. Yeah.
Ooh.
I am infusing my dagger. I use my bonus action to infuse my dagger with damage, as it seems like the magic, the pent-up energy that I have almost overflows through the pointed end as I jam it home, as I use my Artificer's ability to channel magic, infusing my item, and then stabbing. Let's see if I can hit it.
Extra 3d6 damage? Ooh. Ooh. Bloodthirsty. Ooh. Delicious.
Nice. I mean, will definitely hit. You can feel your dagger just plunge into this thing, and as you're tearing away at it, let me see here. Do you have the extra 2? The force damage?
Yeah. My bonus action to infuse my weapon.
How do you want to do this?
Nice.
Oh yeah. So I just pull out my dagger. Finally, as magic just overflows through my dagger, and I just jam it into what looks like its open, screeching mouth as I just tear through its entire body, trying to dispel it away.
Yeah, and tear through it you do as like your blade just plunges in, and this electricity just seems to give way and crackle under the force and passion of your strike, and you can see it sort of crackle onto the pole and into the chest, but to no ill effect of Cricket, as it just seems to almost disperse in a blue flash in the hall. Give me 1 second.
Whoa!
Wonderful.
Hey, we're good at this stealing stuff, huh?
I think we are spectacular. Shall we make for the window? I feel like we might have company quite soon.
Probably.
And I'm going to, I don't know if you're going to let me do this, but I'm just going to lean outside the doorway so you can't see me, but I'm going to leave my foot hanging out, almost like I'm trying to trip somebody that's going to be coming out the door, but I'm going to leave my foot right over the plate.
Oh, I hope I can dodge it.
All right, as you can hear and see the crackle of electricity as this thing is shrieking in anger and coming after you, Cricket, sparks coming off of it. Fasting these, it looks like these 3 balls of white energy that seem to be coalescing around it and seeming to swirl faster and faster before connecting together into what looks like almost a beam and just coming right at you through the doorway.
Wow.
There. As these as this beam comes at you, it seems to fork off into 3 different directions, and all 3 of them are coming after you. As I'm gonna need some defense rolls, as it looks like these beams of lightning try to connect with your body.
All right, let's give it a shot. Uh-oh.
Did you get critted?
Literally gets critted off the bat.
All right.
Cricket dies.
Let's see. Let's see, Jordan.
I need 2 more defense rolls.
Oh, sure. And let's see. Will I die?
Do we want to explain what's going on with defense rolls?
Yeah, so instead of using traditional AC calculations for when monsters are attacking the players, they do what are known as defense rolls, where they have to beat a specific DC to avoid getting hit, which is 22 plus the monster's attack bonus or spell attack bonus. And in cases where they roll in that 1, like which just happened, the player gets crit. And if they don't beat 22, they also get hit. As it looks like 1 beam of electricity is going to connect with you extremely soundly, and another one shortly thereafter. As let's
Let's see the damage. How much damage will I take? Will it instantly kill me?
I think so. Unless I roll really, really badly. As you got crit.
We always believed in you, Cricket.
Yep.
Hot in the group.
Crit it.
Let me make sure that it actually does
Level
so much
1,
damage.
this does 4d8 damage.
Yep.
Good.
Let's see if I have enough dice, enough hit points. Wait a minute. Cricket feels pretty inspired about the way that Kesha handled this situation. So you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna use his big dumb thingy that lets him immediately re-roll a d20 I just rolled.
All snap.
As I pull some clutches on that nat 1.
Wow.
Hey, it's not a crit. I'll
This
take
is
it.
why we converted to defense rules, everyone.
Basically half the damage, so that's good.
Yeah. As Cricket just raises up the chest and tries to block it with the lightning rod, not really understanding that it could probably shock him really badly. Ooh, I am definitely down, but not dead. Let's see. First one.
Beams, or rather rays of lightning connect with Cricket's body. As you can see him just seize up and then drop the chest and drop unconscious.
Well, that's something. Oh, Cricket.
As Cricket, give me a death save.
Right.
Time to say goodbye.
I got really shocked, guys. I'm like holding the chest in my hand and like the lightning rod's smoking and burning into me.
Classic. Alright, Hesha, you can see that Cricket's breathing has become labored and slow.
Poke my head around the corner to see what's going on. Oh, great. Cricket. So I'm just going to go back to my spot, stamp my foot down on the plate.
Ka-chunk! As you can hear the heavy crossbow fire from inside the room, and you see thunk, the arrow thick into the wall. It seems maybe about a foot above where Cricket is on the ground now. As let me take a
That's
look.
not very high.
Let me take a look at the attack roll here and see if
That's like dick level. That's a dirty trick.
see if it would hit him.
Oh, I thought the crossbow was over there.
It is. I gotta roll the attack roll, silly.
Oh, okay.
I'm checking my notes to see what the bonus is.
Nice.
47.
Get him. Nice.
All right. Ooh. As the bolt fixes into the wall, you can see that there is just a whole, like, it almost looks like this bolt was charged with electricity from the crossbow it was fired from, maybe? It just looks like there is just as you peek in and look at the mephit kind of almost twitching now towards the door, like, it seems to almost be completely gone, as it has, not a whole lot of health left.
Damn it, I really wish you wouldn't have made it that one.
Yeah.
Alright, Crickets. Go down the ship together, I see. As I'm just gonna reach in, slowly close the door, and then rush over, pull out a healing kit, and oh, I don't think I can do that. I can't close the door and pull the healing kit out.
Balls.
No, Crickets. Oh, fuck it. I rush over, leaving the door open to see if I die. I'll close the door, but I'm just gonna make a medicine check without using a, No. Leaving the door open, pulling out a medicine kit, and trying to heal him up.
Oh, shucks.
Healer's kit, at least.
You're
That's
stabilizing
what
me?
it's called. Yeah, I'm stabilizing you as this thing is dying, as I'm trying to keep an eye over my shoulder. But knowing might be bad.
This thing is like barely even keeping itself together. It seems it moves closer and closer to you now, like it's going after, or actually further from you. Side and reattaching itself to it. As that seems to take up its action as it's gasping, it seems, for life and energy to come back to it. As Ophelia, roll initiative. Sounds of everything going on upstairs have reached your rather perceptive ears quite easily, in spite of the negative effects outside with the rain and thunder. And so now you have a feeling that something is definitely not wrong, or definitely wrong rather, not you know.
Definitely not wrong. Everything is right in the world.
The forces of chaos are against me this evening. And let me take a look at. Why does this not work? What is this?
Science.
How would a healer's kit an electrical wound?
I just had like small fires burning on my sideburns.
Yep.
Add out the flames. See, like,
There's like a little...
your skin is splitting open with the electrical damage. Like, just strap a bandage onto your neck so you're not bleeding out. Big nasty burn wound.
Choking on my own spit. You just turn me over slightly.
Oh, Cricket, it's just a little bit more. This will be a story to tell.
A lot of consistency there.
As the men you've been keeping an eye on seem to still be rather absorbed in their drink, Ophelia, it's immediately evident that something is up, and Ash and Red, give me perception checks.
Woo!
Well, that's a good.
Red, you're focused on your objective. You know you can't let these guys go upstairs until you get the all clear from Hesha or Cricket, and so you're just watching their behavior and kind of just enjoying the soft melodies that the bard is playing downstairs. And Ash, relatively similar situation for you as well, unless it's you're doing something else. As it seems.
Nope, just keeping an eye on them. Get it there. The moment they start moving, I'll make my move.
Something, Ophelia, you notice that Vul seems to have a sort of worried look on his face as he's gesturing to Nada and Shepard as or begin to, rather. As we come now to Cricket, who is stable.
I just cough up smoke, and I'm still unconscious.
And Hesha.
All right, Cricket. Just give me a little bit of time as I pull out my second dagger. Hello, my good little friend. Let's have a bit of fun. With my two daggers in hand, as I'm going to, as a bonus action. No, I'm not as a bonus action, as I'm just going to throw two daggers across the room at this motherfucker without infusing them with my magic.
Your daggers on top of it, you have a clear line of sight with your dark vision. You can see this thing crackling. It seems to be in pieces, and you can see blue electricity flowing out of this plate back into it as it seems to be trying to reconstitute itself. As give me those attack rolls.
Nice. It's the main hand. 5 piercing damage. And then the second attack. Ooh, not gonna do it.
Flies backwards at Cricket.
All right. As both your daggers come flying out, one of them seems to strike true into the plate. As you can see, like just a crackle of electricity score out through it, and you can just smell what smells like ozone just kind of beginning to fill up the room as the other dagger strikes true into the lightning method and strikes the last bit of it as it seems to just wrap itself around your dagger and get stuck in the wall. As it is dead.
Wonderful. Well, all right. As I just back up and start to pick up Cricket, although I can't because I already used item interaction actions and everything, but I start to try to scoop up his body over my shoulder. That's my turn. I love it. It is wonderful.
Leah.
Just stand up, do like a slight bow towards Red as I start exchanging like pleasant goodbyes and say, I'm gonna retire to my room now. Like nudge Red in the shoulder. And then I just calmly start walking.
Alright,
and then I calmly walk some more.
Alright, so you can take the dash action?
And then I rush upstairs.
Okay, give me a deception check.
Oh boy. It's a night of nat ones.
I just feel so inspired.
Alright, throw us inspiration you're using out into... giant skin to immediately reroll. Alright.
I should become a giant. Nobody noticed me.
Let me do some... Alright. Okay. Okay, now the whisper thing's working. Yeah, so as Ophelia, as you're kind of like trying to like get calmly over to the stairs, you can hear pretty clearly behind you, like it sounds like it's coming from like the big dude with the sword as you head up the stairs.
She was being sexually harassed. That's why she ran away.
I look over and I give her a really, really bad wink.
Winks with both eyes at the same time.
Take both with your fingers.
You can see like one of the other people with him, the sort of plainly dressed ones of the four, kind of just like put their elbows into the big one as you head upstairs, and we move you into the other.
And that's it, my turn.
All right. You can hear Hesha quite obviously. The plate attached to the chest in front of you seems to still crackle with some sort of blue electricity coming off of it. But nothing seems to stir. No creatures seem to make themselves known or make any attacks.
Well, that is a problem. But one for another time. I'm just gonna scoop up Cricket under one arm and throw the box over my shoulder. Start waddling my way down the hallway. Oh, Cricket, you should really lose some weight. Well, I guess I'm lucky that you are not a larger man.
Just smoke pouring out of my ears.
I will. I'm just gonna start walking slowly. I'm gonna walk and then, is it like item interaction to pick up one, action to pick up the other? I gotta grapple Cricket.
Yeah, and this pole attached to this chest combined with carrying Cricket is just... I see. Okay, that's the way. It's the move you want to go for?
No.
I'm holding the chest basically with the pole like on my shoulder, I guess. And then got Cricket up underneath my arm. See if I get electrocuted. I got a big old hide armor on. I'm just sticking it on top of the hide.
No, yeah, you seem to be fine.
Nice, but yeah, I'm slow going it as I'm. All right, as I'm looking at the chest as I'm like holding it right there. Does it look like there's a lock on the front of it?
It looks like there's some sort of internal mechanism, not like an obvious like padlock or anything, but there seems to be peeking in. There looks to be like a keyhole or something, but it looks rudimentary at best.
Just a little bit, Cricket. Then we'll be in the clear. Oh. That's it. Action to pick him up and start walking away.
Alright. No more obvious noises coming from these strange creatures, the remnants of which seem to be fading away on the wood. You guys are out of combat.
noise. I'm just slowly trying to be quiet, sneaking across. I know my footsteps are being a little bit louder now that I'm carrying another person.
Stretch.
Is that Ophelia? I've got a patient for you as I just like reach him around the corner.
Oh my god, what happened? What did you do?
He's fine. Just got a little bit overexcited.
Just hanging with my eyes rolled up in the back of my head and my mouth agape. Just.
I've got our prize, however. Is everything all right downstairs?
They haven't moved yet. I don't know. I think they might have heard, but then they kind of trucked it up to the. So I have to hold on. So I give Cricket a kiss on the forehead as I think what time it's broken.
Roll con save.
You get nothing.
You got nothing.
Don't put your mouth on Cricket. That's how you get diseases.
Ooh. The holy woman saves the day.
I think my heart's
Hold my hand over his mouth. Cricket and I will take a little bit of a different detour. If you would watch the stairs a bit, we'll meet you all at the entrance of town. I would make it quick, though. As soon as they return, they will know.
Okay.
Wonderful. You're the best, Ophelia. Let's go, Cricket.
Cricket, all my teeth hurt. Like everyone. I think my bones.
You'll be fine. Let's get out and see if we can get these things open.
Okay, just give me that. Just give me the box. I got it.
If you wish to carry it, fine. As I just plop it into his hands with a big old pole up in front of it.
And I'm gonna. Cricket being a little more sneaky, though, he's sort of trying to stop the shaking in his hands and his legs, and still sort of just feeling his mouth and his jaws as he's not a very big guy, so a lot of electricity in a little big guy. It's gonna have a lasting effect. But even so, as a little goblin boy, he's pretty good at maintaining his stealth while even moving a little bit fast. So he's gonna try and use some of his nimble escape along with some quickened steps to try and be both quick and fast.
Nice.
All right.
So I'm making my way.
I'll just hide a bit as I'm going along with him, but obviously he's speedier than me.
Actually, I think my heart stopped. You supposed to come back on, right?
That is what I did, Cricket. It is fine.
Okay.
Although, it may have been a bit touch and go. All the more exciting, no?
I guess so. So
But-
we're still good at stealing, right? We're still good at this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
No one tease the advisor
Okay.
until they return to their room.
As Ophelia, as you're making your way back downstairs, you can hear and then see the door open back in as it seems that Shepard comes back into the tavern a bit soaked, but he quickly looks over to you and rather hushed tones. Everything ready at the stables. Meet us when you have it. He just seems to kind of shake and shudder some of the water off of him.
I give it like a quick thumbs up and like shoo him away. Brad, you know, I know I said I was gonna go to bed, but I forgot something at Stables. Can you come with me to go get it?
What do you mean? I need to go get what?
I forgot something at the stables. Can you come with me? I'm scared. It's all dark and it's cold. It's raining.
Oh, you forgot something at the stables. Oh, I should go with you because it's raining. Oh, Ash, you should come with because it's raining.
I'm just new here. I don't want to get lost, Ash.
Duh, it's big town. Don't want to get lost.
I was good as Ash just pushes himself off the seat. Come on, sweet cheat. You did pay us after all.
I'm giving you money, Ash, just so you know this.
Acting.
You go first, Cricket. I'll hold the rope.
Okay. Okay, I just you gotta open that window for me.
Yep. Open it up. And let me take the box. I will drop it down to you.
Okay, I'll just climb down this rope and
Open up the window and look back and forth, see if anybody's watching us.
Seems to be abandoned. You don't even see any torches lit. At least in this direction. You can see like the flicker of light maybe far off to your right, but other than that, looks like you're clear.
Perfect. All right, down you go.
All right, down I go, and I just start pulling myself over the ledge of the window and grabbing onto the rope, making sure Hesha has the other end, make sure it's secure, and then I just free fall, drop, and catch. Try to free fall, catch, and drop and catch, go as fast as I can.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Oh boy, let's see if I get net one on this. Close to it.
Yeah, your nerves are kind of literally shaken, and so you're trying to like do this sort of free fall rappel. I don't know if you've done that before, but if you have, okay.
It seems smart.
Hey,
smart,
but Jordan, rope walkers.
That's true. I'm a bridge boy.
Give me a fucking deck save, goddammit. Not you.
Cricket dies again. Alright, Cricket, maybe you're not so good at this steal.
I wanted a deck save from Hesha, but
alright.
For being a fucking shit. It was a joke. But all I was gonna say was that Cricket, like your nerves are shook, and combined with the rain and just trying to get down quickly, you kind of find yourself grabbing and letting go a lot as you're not going down really smoothly, as so much stopping and starting over and over. And Hesha, you can just kind of feel like over and over, just like a sudden tug on the rope, like he's pulling on it almost. But eventually it comes to a stop as he gets down to the ground.
I better get fucking lightning powers from this, I swear.
So I just lower the box out the window. Are you ready? Catch. So I just drop it on him.
What?
Give me an athletics check.
Ooh, athletics.
Nice.
Alright, perfect. It's like you can just barely make it out, and like there's this crackle of blue, which you can't really tell is blue with your with only your dark vision. Actually, no. Yeah, because it generates light. It generates light. Yeah, so you see this like crackle of blue from the pole, and you adjust at just the right time and catch it smoothly and quickly. And it doesn't knock you down or anything. You're just like, exactly, perfect. You got it.
Gotcha.
Red, Ophelia, and Ash are all heading out. I gotta actually edit your thingamajiggy. There we go. As you all are heading outside, this is what you see now.
Oh.
Now we have like daylight on at the moment, but that's
it's night.
It is night, exactly.
There's just a one flash of lightning that's just hanging there for a while, so everything looks like day. It's one of those kind of things.
As I crawl to the window, I'm going to take the rope off the window. But I'm not going to not do these. As I'm going to leap from the window, trying to aim for the cart of hay. You can't give me a cart of hay and not have me jump into it.
That'd be acrobatics.
Yeah, give me acrobatics.
All right.
As you come to a landing, just Yep,
I may have landed wrong.
that kind of twisted a little weird. As you can take 1d6 of damage.
Don't be worth it.
You fall prone in the hay.
Fall prone in the hay, yeah.
I want to do that too, but it might kill me.
Oof.
Oh! Well, no pain, no fun. Whew. I just crawl out of it, rubbing the side of my back. It's okay. Let's just
Hey,
go.
that was cool. Can I do that?
Maybe another time.
Oh, okay.
Let's just cover that thing. Oh.
Cover. Oh, I got something for that.
I reach into my. Actually, I'm gonna just try and like reach into my bag and pull out. What do I got? I got a lot of sacks. Blanket.
Oh, I got a blanket. My sleeping blanket.
And I just drape this terrible, mangy-looking blanket over this thing.
Alright, it looks like you're kind of carrying around a weird sort of prop ghost
This
thing.
is my bong.
Yep. Let us make to the front of town, yes?
Okay.
I told Ophelia that we would meet them there. Oh,
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, my blanket's getting all
And
wet.
Red, Ophelia, and Ash coming out of the dry spot. You can see and smell the stables directly across the street from you, as it looks like a weird sort of little green man just comes running out of the street next to you, and you realize Cricket and Hesha are also outside.
It's so dark it can't even see in front of hand.
Okay, I got you. Can you see Ash?
Ophelia! Other people!
No, it's almost as if darkness envelops.
Hush, I don't think they can see us.
I don't see her. Silly humans. And that Dragon Ball. Oh.
Then Ash's and Red's hand kind of leads up towards the stables.
Chop, chop. It was not a deli.
Follow my smell.
Your smell.
Going inside Ophelia, you can see Vul Foot's ready to travel as they seem to be getting corralled together.
Okay, we need to go. We need to go like now. We need to go like yesterday.
Got it, I got it. We have to
I can
secure
hear
the
all of you,
shards.
but where are you?
Let's see. Give me
That
one
was
second.
it.
What does the front of the inn door look like? Is it handles or is it knobs? Is it push with handles or push with knobs? Ah, well done.
Like a
Never
saloon
mind.
door.
Yes, let us hurry. We left a bit of a mess.
Porch.
Okay. Ooh.
Is that to you, Red?
Oh, thank you. This is much better.
Actually, I'm gonna do something. As everybody's getting ready, I'm gonna walk over to the front of the door and take a little bag out of my pocket, put it on front of the door, open it up, and let the ball bearings roll out in front of the door.
All right. The whole front entrance of this place with ball bearings.
Oh, a wonderful surprise.
And it seems Vul and Nada are securing the last of the shards underneath these cattle into their hay and begin to lead them out.
I'm gonna
wonderful night.
I'm gonna peek underneath the blanket. Is that thing still spacking?
Seems to have seems to be no more coming from it.
Okay. I touch it though, just to make sure.
You feel a very slight tingle and then nothing.
Oh, that's the stuff. Man, those things are fucking big.
Indeed. Gonna keep an eye on the door as everybody's moving the cattle out. Pulling out my heavy crossbow. So I also hit the restroom.
Look out for ball bearings.
Ooh.
They're everywhere.
I don't know where I'm going.
Are you lost?
You gave Bomber a torch. I didn't see a torch.
See the light?
Yeah, I can't move the torch either.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I rally around the only light. Like
I think I literally just got sight on the torch.
A torch on you.
Oh, magic now!
Oh god, stop moving.
You're like a moth chasing the fire.
Oh, there are cows here.
They're so look how big they are, Red. They fucking smell great. Oh, we're supposed to be sneaky now.
And as you can hear and quite easily see Hesha with your crossbow and everyone kind of trying to get the cows out of this stable area, the door to the dry spot open up.
Uh-oh.
Or sitting over by the bar, step out, seeming to call back compatriots or whoever is still inside. I'm gonna go take a whiz for it. Whoa! As he just falls prone, stepping out of the inn, and you can just hear what sounds like it sounds like almost like just laughter coming from inside. Just as his elvish friend seems to just laugh at the sight and sound of him falling onto his ass outside into the rain.
I'll put my crossbow away and start walking out. That's my friend! Hop over the fence. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, God, it's so slippery out here. It's all this rain and this metal. As he seems to stand up.
Careful. Here, let me give you a hand. As in the darkness, I'm just gonna fucking shush on Cricket.
You what a fucking moron.
Yes, yeah. You must be more careful. Just gonna hold out a hand, help him up. What are these things? Somebody has spilled metal all over the earth.
All
Are you
right.
sure you're okay? You're all muddy.
I guess I'll have to leave my cloak out in the rain. Thank you. As he kind of just like gets up and then takes like a look at you, and then once he actually like sees who you are and what you look like, you can see like a sort of shudder just spread across his face as he just kind of almost throws your hand away from his. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I know my beauty can be startling, but please.
I got it.
All right. Just have a good night. Be careful in the dark.
To head back towards where the outhouses are.
Okay, let's get this show on the road. Oh boy!
That's all. It was wonderful meeting you all.
We're good at stealing.
That was quite exhilarating. Cricket, though, you alright?
I think I'm doing okay. My legs aren't shaking anymore. My teeth still feel really hot. Like they're made of metal and they're just really hot in my mouth. But that's okay. It feels better when I'm talking. Can't move my little finger, but I think that's fine.
Well, you know, they say lightning never strikes twice. Maybe in this door, it is good luck.
Does that make a dex save?
No lightning? Okay.
You all.
Though I am holding a fucking lightning rod.
Yep. Cricket, hold that thing as high as you possibly can.
All right, as you all make your way out of town. Vool and Nata seem to double back and get horses from a stable, a second stable near the gate, as they ride those and seem to try to corral the herd of cows and keep them together on the sides, while Vool keeps everything contained from the back, and he asks you all to take the lead from the front.
Hey, okay.
Yes, of course.
Hate to have to travel in the rain, but we need to get some time between us and Oxna.
Ain't nothing wrong with walking in the mud, as long as you don't mind your feet getting dirty.
So I start stomping them loudly and playfully in the mud with every step.
Splish, splosh.
Cricket, you look a little singed.
Yeah, it just comes with the art of stealing sometimes, you know. Sometimes you get struck by lightning, and sometimes your heart stops and everything goes white, and you see your parents ushering you towards the light, but you know, you say no to that, and you wake up.
I don't think that's normal.
It's just another day. Ain't that right, Hesha?
Indeed.
What the hell happened up there?
Are you okay? I don't think having a near-death experience one.
Oh, I always live on the edge of death. You know, goblins don't live a very long time. And sometimes people just like kick us in the walls, and sometimes we get run over by wagons. Death is just every day.
Yes. Isn't it an exhilarating experience, Cricket? Don't you feel more alive now than you ever have? Well,
that
since the last time that
Came
you
right in my
died.
mouth. Cricket is like reaching into his mouth and occasionally just.
That one just came out. Huh.
Cricket, you might need those.
So I got plenty, don't worry.
Carrying the chest.
Oh, me. I earned that shit.
It seems very attached to his new toy.
Yeah, and as you guys are kind of walking along this path, trying to get away from town, Hesha, you I'm assuming you're relatively near Cricket, right?
Sure.
Looking at him, you can see what looks like it looks like his sideburn just kind of go from being pointed out to just gravitating up more and more and more towards the sky, as does the fibers on the blanket on top of the lightning rod. The blanket itself almost seems to start to rise from the edges and point towards the sky, as you realize more and more and more as your friend becomes ionically charged.
I feel warm. What's that smell?
Cricket, you want to see something spectacular?
I would love to see something spectacular.
See that tree over there?
Yes.
I can make it light on fire without touching it. And I need you to put the box down below it.
I don't get
the trunk. I would be quick about it, or else you would be set on fire.
Okay, I'll just, let's give it a shot.
And I go over, and I just go put it down. I stand really close to it, though, because I want to see the fire.
You can see just lightning course down from the sky into the tree and then into the rod, and you can hear what sounds like loud snaps and pops as branches get cooked and pop open and split, and then you can see your blanket just kind of fall over. And Cricket, give me a con save.
Beautiful sight.
Oh boy! Hey!
Again, you can feel your everything kind of lock up, and then just like. Does it seem like it was hard for you to breathe for just a second there?
How much time was hard for me to breathe? You see my nose?
We may need to do something about this.
And all the cattle seem to get scared and move over to the side of the road as Nada kind of rides up to you guys. What on earth was that? What is going on here?
Yes, what's
blew up
happening?
a tree! Did you see that?
It is the mysteries of the world. But still something we may need to remedy.
Well, try not to do it again. I don't want to spook all the cattle.
His electricity and lightning has always been drawn to, large pieces of metal.
Yes.
Seems that this acts as such a thing. We may need to snap our little toy here in two. For safety's sake.
And I just reel back and I just try to punch this bar off the top of this chest as hard as I can.
The last thing you saw was like your blanket just fall over, so it still seems to be covered. Do you want to take a look?
Sure.
Just
Is my blanket okay?
You notice it smells of smoke. If it wasn't for all the rain, you think it probably would have just caught on fire. And there's just this huge black scorch mark right where the disc was. As you kind of take the blanket off and move it out of the way, you can see what just looks like pieces of wood underneath the blanket, and there's this long metal rod that seems to be separated from it. And then inside of this chest just appears to be what looks like a small cloth sack, and it looks to be sitting inside of a metal bowl.
Oh.
I reach down, pick it up. Got a bowl with a bag in it.
I shake it up a little bit, see if I could make a little bag clink and clank against the metal bowl.
Doing that, you can hear what sounds like metal clink and clink inside the bag.
Oh.
Wonderfully done, Cricket.
So can we discard the chest? Or lightning rod, whatever?
I think the chest is no more, and I mean, unless you want to carry around a very large piece of metal in the thunderstorm, go ahead. It would certainly be exciting.
As I carry the large metal bowl and the lightning storm. Cup it to my chest.
You do
It's expensive, man.
With the sack.
Wait, the sack? Sorry, it's in the bowl, right? I'm keeping the whole thing together. Am I supposed to look inside this, Hesha? I want to see what's inside it, but I don't want to get... I don't really care if I get yelled at.
Have you looked
inside it?
I just open it immediately as I start to rationalize the situation.
What's inside?
It's a bit hard to tell with the lack of color, but the shapes and sizes make it pretty evident. You see, it looks like quite a number of copper pieces and a few larger silver pieces in there as well.
Well, Cricket, what is it?
Not a lot of money. Let's see if I lie.
That is strange.
It's okay, Ash isn't wise. I didn't build him to be wise.
Then what is the ball, Cricket?
I don't know, but it's made of metal. So it's
Is there anything in the bowl, Cricket?
There's a bag in the bowl. Well, I guess not anymore. What's in the bowl? Is it just empty?
It looks like it's just thick copper. It's kind of hard to tell what it is exactly. It just seems to be a bowl, as best you can tell. It's kind of dark, and there seems to be something kind of caked on the inside of it, but it seems to be kind of falling apart as more and more rain gets on it. And then you can hear behind you the shift of cattle as it sounds like the rest of the group has gotten back on the road and is kind of catching back up to you now.
All right. It just looks like it's made of, like, I don't know, brass or copper or something.
So a copper bowl.
Copper bowl.
With only a few copper pieces.
Just some little nothing in a bag, not a lot of money.
I think that we have been fooled. Oh, fool!
You kind of remember that Vool's at the back of this line of cattle, so it takes a bit for him to come up to you over the sounds of the storm, but he eventually makes his way up. What's the hold up? We need to keep moving.
It seems that our treasure is not treasure at all.
How did you get the chest?
Oh, we did. But I do not know if this is really what you think. Unless you were so hard for copper and silver.
Is the copper bowl the artifact? The thing that he found or whatever?
You want to take a look at it?
I think he's asking.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll ask for the copper bowl so I can get over. Not so fast, Hesha. Maybe... Yeah, I'll look it over. Cricket's hands.
I just like hand it over. I keep the little sack to myself.
Yeah, your torch seems to be flickering and wavering in the rain and wind, but is managing to stay alight thanks to the marvels of pitch. But looking at this bowl, you can see what looks like this. It's tarnished and green, but there's this like kind of reddish brown, like caked on stuff. It looks. You can tell this is blood caked onto the inside of this bowl, and as the rain seems to just wetten it up, it seems to almost kind of not come to life, but it seems to break up its cakiness. You can kind of shake it a bit and get a better look, and you realize on the inside and outside there are just rows and rows and rows of tiny little markings on the inside and outside of this bowl.
Do I recognize the language? If it is a language, assuming so.
Relatively studious in most glyph languages. This isn't one that you know how to read, but it is one that you have looked at before, and you recognize it as, it looks like maybe some derivative of Skull, the language of your friend Shepard.
That's making an assumption right there.
Guildmate, whatever you want.
I don't know, I like Shepard. Shepard's a cool name.
Shepherd.
I believe. Anything else besides skull language?
It just seems to have blood. You can give me a you can give me an int check, relatively high DC, to try to maybe put 2 and 2 together with your knowledge on skull history, combined with what this bowl seems to be about, to try to figure it out. Or maybe you can ask somebody.
What do you have?
So is it an either or? Not a try one and then I fail and then I can't do the other?
Just whatever you think your character would do.
He's independent.
You recognize it as skull, but you know you can't read skull, but what do you think you would do? You think
it's not getting better than that.
Not bad. Yeah, the only thing you can infer based on this, looking at it and kind of thinking about skull history and where they came from and what they've done in the past, you think this might have been a bowl for ritual sacrifice of some sort, but shit, maybe you're wrong, who knows? That's just what you think. Maybe it was used to help
just smacks his lips a couple of times. No, I think we got the artifact. This is it.
Just a bowl?
It's a question of what the Thieves Guild want with it, though.
Vul takes a look over at you, Azure. Let me see it.
I glance at him a bit warily, but give it up, because he's my higher up.
It seems to kind of like white, a little bit of like, it almost seems like the red from underneath his eyes. Kind of, and then he looks at the rest of the party. You look like the toughest one of you. Keep your hands on this, as he hands this over to Red.
Okay.
Keep care of this.
Hands reaching out, I'm not grabbing it.
Got it at all times, alright?
Just pass it right over you.
You need to get this back to Carsten, you understand me?
Yes.
As you can see, Ophelia just kind of looking at Vol seems to be just nervous about something now. Just kind of looking around and, all right, we need to get going. Let's keep it moving. He kind of just turns the horse back around and gets back to the end of this cattle group as the night continues and the rain continues.
I start to head off with them and then sort of stop and I just have a bag in my hand and I turn back towards the tree where all that stuff is, and I'm gonna scamper on over and try to grab the metal rod and take it back with me. How much of it's left is with me?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fire the copper rod.
Copper? Ooh. That shit's expensive.
Dude, you can melt that down.
Yeah.
What copper goes for?
I'm a scrapper. It's what I do. I need pieces.
It's about,
I bring it with me.
You weigh just about, it's like about 2.5 feet long.
Oh, that's a big one. That's like almost my height. Okay, that's it.
As we're moving along, I'll try to fall in line with Shepard.
All right.
Toughest guy.
Yep, tough. How much do you know about your own culture?
I can't say that I've studied. What is it you're trying to ask?
I thought I know about skull culture in the first place, so I know what questions to ask. Because there are certain questions I don't want to be like, hey, look, here's common knowledge that I should know that I'm asking about.
What would you know about the skull?
Fucking farting cat. God damn it.
God. Would know just about basically what most people know. You know, they look like large ants. They, are really kind of alien in appearance, but they fit into the framework of Caelumvale better than flits and rakes do, with their sort of ability to adapt to most situations. Most people know that about a millennium ago, the Skull Queens all just seemingly disappeared. And the skull only really survive by hatching eggs that have been around for hundreds of years in a sort of stasis, just slowly over time, as they have basically don't have a way to mate anymore. Other than that, you recognize the language looking at it, but can't read it.
Any folklore? Story? Your siblings would tell you? Catching himself saying mother or father.
Most stories have to do with the queens, but they are all tragic tales, not ones for a night like tonight.
Tragedy. So I bow my head and slow down a bit more so that we stop being respecting his wishes.
Gotcha.
What? You just want the ritualistic bowl of skulls. It's a shame.
Alright. With that, you will continue along the road for some time. The rain seems to finally start to slowly lighten up bits and bits, becoming lighter as your travels continue. Not hearing the crackle of thunder nearby anymore, just perhaps off in the distance, more towards the mountains and further north.
Just make it a little bit of ways. I'm gonna head over to where Pool is.
On your way to the back of the caravan, alright?
Yeah. Master Pool, Canarian, what should I call you? I'm
Pool is
sorry.
fine.
Very well. What we spoke about before, I think they will most likely notice they're missing, merchandise and our missing presents quite quickly, no? And we don't seem to be making a very good pace. I think they may put two and two together.
Yeah, that might end up being a problem. We end up having to deal with them. Well, at least we'll be outside of town. We won't have to worry about the sheriff.
Indeed. Should we find a nice little hidey hole? No?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. We're running out of time before the sun comes up anyway. Might as well get some rest.
Well, I was thinking less rest and more, a hunting part of sort, for the prey to wander its way into. Easier being chased when there is no one chasing you.
Where are you trying to lay an ambush at here on the road?
Yes, I am.
And what do you propose I do with all these cattle?
simply put them on the side of the road. They do not need to be far. Tie them to a tree. It does not really matter to me.
I don't think you come out here very often, do you?
No, I do not. Are you afraid that they will be snatched away?
The trees out here, the wild's font. It comes to life when you least expect it. Before we know it, we look back, there's maybe one cow left. The rest are dragged off further into the forest.
Very well. When they ride up behind us, I simply will put crossbow bolts in them as they approach. One way or another. Or, well, it's fine. We will be afraid of trees. I'll just start walking away from 'em.
Alright. Continuing.
So it's not raining much anymore, right?
Yeah, it's like at best like a light drizzle.
Okie doke.
Shaking off some rainwater like a dog. Flopping my hands across my face.
After about, give or take, like another hour or so, you can hear just from the back of the caravan, just a whistle come up to the front as Nada and Shepard seem to steer the steer off the road and over to what looks like a small clearing of sorts, or a rather familiar one at that.
Oh?
I guess this is where we are setting camp for the night.
We stopping and finally getting some sleep? Because I didn't want to say anything, but the tips of my fingers are really getting numb, and it's going down to my elbows. Oh, well, yeah, in the same positions as well.
Secure the cattle off to the west end of camp, more or less. Shepard kind of comes up and approaches you.
Yes?
Bull tells me you intend to set up an ambush on the road.
That is what I planned, but I do not think our master likes it so much. He's afraid the cattle will go missing.
It's not an unfounded fear, but we've pulled over here so that you can try to put into effect whatever it is you have in mind.
Really?
I do not know if... Well, I don't feel it that they are chasing after us so soon, but if they are, I guess you'll be ready.
Well, I suppose it is all how valuable this bowl is to them. Is it something that they would rush out into the night for, or would they accept their losses?
Considering how happy they were about it, I think you're on the right path.
Wonderful. So, we laid an ambush. I suppose wool and Maybe one of you would want to watch the cattle in case the trees attack.
The wild faunt isn't anything to joke about. It is a real threat.
Of course, of course. I simply like to joke of any threat. It makes everything just feel so much more fun. No?
You and me have two different definitions of fun.
I use that a lot.
You can see like his mandibles kind of click together, just kind of like it's hard to translate what his face would look like, but you get the impression that perhaps no, it's just too hard to read. Like an ant face. It's weird.
It's charming fellow. Everyone. I think I have got information for a little bit of excitement tonight. Who is game?
I like fun.
Cricket, you look a little burnt. Maybe you should sit this one out.
No, we always up for fun. Come on now.
I do not think they will be upon us instantly. We have a bit to patch their wounds. I have a nasty bruise on my side that I must tend to as well. But soon enough, the road was very muddy. I do not think there is any hiding our tracks. I think they will find us.
Well, as long as I get to set one of them on fire, I'm game.
Wonderful. Ash, Ophelia? It will be fun.
Nah, he's not wise. He doesn't have foresight. Sure, what the hell?
Ophelia.
As he'll snap to life his servant, hand over his bag for it to set up his tent.
I think Ophelia is giving me the silent treatment. Well, let us give her a moment to think about it, no?
That's fair. Sometimes it takes a while to get a good thought out of your head.
Come off with your cricket. Let me look at your neck.
Look at my what? Oh, my neck.
So I'm gonna patch myself up and help Cricket patch himself up a little bit.
Oh.
Although I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I'm using like open up my own. I got a healer's kit. Yeah, look at that. Open one up and just start. I don't really. I know when I'm hurt, I either rub bandages on myself or I rub some salve, and I'm just doing both.
Yeah, well,
Slathering myself and then wrapping myself up. I spend a use of my healer's kit.
yeah.
And if we can, take a short rest. How long a short rest in this? An hour? 1 hour, okay.
Hang out for an hour waiting for Ophelia to make up her mind.
As Nana and Vul will come back in, securing the cattle as best they can. Alright. Well, we're gonna keep our charges safe. You can handle Bellerin, I presume?
If you do not want to join the fun, I think we will manage. Surprise can be a powerful ally.
I see. Well, we'll see how much surprise we have. I'm assuming you want to douse the fire.
Well, I was thinking of catching the invited road. But if you want to wait until they make it into our camp, good work as well.
Alright. We'll keep the castle safe. You can meet them further down the road then.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
Just give me 1 second.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, Jordan,
What?
for making you make a road map.
Sometimes it happens.
So I tried to say it last time. I wanted to ambush him on the road.
It's okay, we can draw the map, you know.
Hesha, how much do you think I'm gonna get for that big old copper rod?
I don't know. It is a wonderful piece. Copper is very, well, useful in many things. You can even use it to make things move, if used right.
Make them move? What are you talking about? Like pushing it with a stick?
It is complicated to understand, but
Oh.
what's the way? Well, when you tried to take grasp of the road, no? It seemed as though your hands got stuck, yes?
Oh yeah, it got really sticky. It hurt kinda too.
It's not so much that it was sticky, it was, well, your muscles. It was making them spasm in such a wonderful way. And in the same way, you can make someone's muscles move and twitch and, well, a strange thing. So when a little bit of electricity is involved.
Oh.
You can even make a person dance with the right application. Although I do not think it is so pleasant.
Well, of course it's pleasant. Everyone likes dancing. Well, I guess maybe not if they're being forced to. That kind of hurt. It probably hurt to dance like that.
Indeed. But I do not know. The right person, it might be quite valuable.
You don't think I can like make coins out of this, do you?
You may have to talk to someone at the one of the banks to get it minted. I do not know how they stand on such things.
Well, the banks don't gotta know.
Well, you do not exactly have the tools to make coins, do you?
Well, no, I don't.
That is the problem. Maybe someone at the Rogues Guild, though. They are quite handy at such things.
Maybe.
You can gain the benefits of a short rest.
Oh boy, let's see what I get. Huh? Yeah.
Although that does get me to full anyways.
Mm-hmm. Why am I only kind of green? I don't like it. I want to be more green. There we are. Oh, there's that good green.
Yeah, something keeps crashing. One of the APIs, I don't know which one. I'll have to investigate that. After the fact.
Oh, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, still can't really feel my hands though, but I can probably still use them.
Wonderful.
Oh, I get to break someone's fucking jaw tonight.
Should we go find a nice little hiding spot? I like the idea of finding myself a nice little tree.
Oh, you want to do the hide and seek thing like we did like a few months back down in the dregs?
Indeed. One high, one low.
That's how we do it. Bomber, we're gonna play hide and seek, but like with punches and stuff.
Well, I don't really punch things. I just cut them in half with my axe.
Oh, that's even better.
Wonderful.
Okay, you're pretty tall, so I think you're gonna be with Hesha going high. I'm gonna be going low. Everything from the waist down is crickets.
Sounds good to me.
All right, and heading back that way is back towards Onyx on the Flats.
Basically, just want to like perch up right where it's obvious where like the tracks of the big fucking heavy cattle steered off the road.
By the camp or not by the camp?
Not by the camp. I'm assuming we're just like, how far off the road are we? For the camp?
The road is about 50 feet north of you.
Oh shit, I didn't even see it up there.
Dark. Try to set up an ambush here, you can go further down and set up an ambush away from camp and away from the cattle.
Yeah, probably a little bit further away. Catch him in the dock.
Mm-hmm.
As I kill everyone at the camp because you left.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Choices matter! No, I'm just kidding.
They get struck by lightning.
The trees! I tried to fucking warn you!
They're alive!
It was going down a ways. You kind of go down a ways, and then you come to a port where one of the many rivers that feed into the Plummet River seems to be kind of not necessarily flooded, but a little bit surged from the rain, and seems to provide a bit more auditory cover. And you have the inclination that perhaps where this is would be a good place to ambush your pursuers.
Wonderful.
Oh, it's all muddy. That's how I like it.
Is that us fine physicians, no?
I have no idea where anything is.
Yeah, find their own.
Another torch, so I think you should be at 8 torches now.
Duck develops.
Can you see somewhat now?
Yes.
Bummer. I have a wonderful idea.
What is that?
How about we put you in the spot? And right when they get where your wonderful breath can be so useful, we let loose, no? It allowed you to see, with a little bit of help from me.
Sounds like a plan.
Wonderful. Maybe simply here, within the rocks.
Looks good to me.
How tall up are these rocks?
The first couple are relatively short. You'd have to kind of like squat behind them to really not be seen from the road. This one is pretty big. It comes up all the way about 10 feet at its highest point. And then it kind of tapers off about 7 to 6 to 5 towards the end.
Okay. I'll take position up on top of the rock. Just crouch down, or prone, I guess.
Cricket, you can see off the side of the road is just a fast-moving but relatively shallow-looking river about 10 to 15 feet down. That seems to be going in the direction you guys are coming from.
Oh. Let's see. That's probably that ledge right here. Oh. Okay.
Like climb down?
You wager that this rock is high enough to cover your smaller stature.
Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just duck down behind a rock. Do the cricket creep.
No, God, the page not responding.
Hesh is dropping turds.
So fuck up. Put down a little vial of liquid directly in front of Bomber. Small flasks of oil. I am going through all of my trap equipment. Alright, Bomber. When your breath let loose, it will be a sight to behold.
I'm gonna burn some shit.
How far can you reach with such a thing?
I'd say probably anywhere 20 to 30 feet.
Wonderful. I think we will give them quite a surprise.
Although it's usually just a line.
That is fine. If you aim directly across the rock from you, you can see the center oil, the center little glass piece. Aim from that in the dark, and you should be good to go. Plenty of light for you to burst into the fray.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
Nice. Are you gonna keep the light?
No, I'll put it out.
Wonderful. I will let you know. Everyone, Bomber will be our lit match to this wonderful party.
As I'll sort of exhale, and then this dark mist seems to just first cover my arms and hands where I exhale that. And it sort of creeps around my body as I cast Mage Armor.
Hmm.
You have a D4 hit dice? I just realized.
Oh yeah, my hit dice had a D4.
I forgot to fill my spell slots. I have one remaining.
I am not a D4 class. I'm a D8 class.
There is no D4 class.
There we go. I fixed it.
I'm sure there's a D4 class somewhere in the home brewery bullshit of the world.
Commoner.
You can hear.
And my ears sticking straight up.
I'm waiting 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
I think someone's humming.
Another 5 minutes or so passes, and you can hear it. Most clearly, Ophelia, you can hear the splash of heavy footfalls in this mud coming further and further down the road. It sounds like people bickering in Elvish.
Wonderful. Is they come?
As Ash takes a deep breath and prepares to cast Eldritch Blast, the first non-ally he sees.
And everyone, give me stealth checks.
Ooh. Ooh. Where am I stealthy at? Watch me fail this. I think the rest of us are stealthy as fuck.
Ash is over.
I'm conjuring my magic.
How do you bully him?
What happens when you get a nat 1? You get bullied.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Doing some quick maths. 22, 20, 22, 12, 3. I got 18 average. Miss you, API. Okay.
or 16, I guess. 15.8.
Not sure. The purplish glint of my magic circle in my hand sort of gives off my position in the dark.
You can hear the footsteps getting closer and closer. I knew we shouldn't have trusted Volby, not the end. Anyone that can understand Elvish knows what it is they're saying. Just sounds like they're speaking in Elvish otherwise. He's always up to no good. Maybe those blasted new people who showed up. I'm sure they're the ones behind this. Yes, yours is. Yes, I'm sure.
Oh, hello, boys! The bomb out!
As
Wow!
and it catches with the oil and as a huge
You do.
fireball.
Oh yeah, because you can't.
I can see it! Oil burns for like a minute, I think, on the ground.
Does my reaction go off?
Yeah, the second you can see Eordis kind of look in shock and then kind of cover himself, blinding himself in the face of this explosion. Yeah, give me the shot with advantage. You have advantage.
Oh, okay.
Cause you're sneaky.
Oh, man! 2 rounds. You got 2 rounds of seeing, y'all. Woo!
Okay.
That's just enough time.
As his breath weapon goes away, and the 2 apprentices are just engulfed in flames. And they just collapse down to the ground, dead, unmoving.
Fucking
as
idiots.
Roll initiative. Let me clear the old one. Just let me move that to the map layer so I stop clicking on it.
Maybe I should actually leave them there for light sources.
I killed a guy.
Killed a couple guys.
Although they
Guys.
so you can't actually make them tokens.
Oh god! I subtracted so much health from him.
He's super dead.
Now he's a little less dead.
These guys to the whatchamacallit. I don't need to do that again. And then
So that said Ordis the Hitler.
Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum.
okay, these guys are added to initiative. Good sort. Okay, good. You guys can see everything's good. All right, yeah. Ashen Spring, you let loose your Eldritch Blast, which you had prepared, but the flash of light, even though it kind of aided you in terms of getting your shot off, unfortunately, it seemed like Eordis threw himself back too far, and you weren't able to hit him. But now you're so ready. What do you do?
Grab my left hand again and same familiar purplish magic circling. I guess in the light, now that he's actually firing it off, you can see from the circle just this bolts, purplish bolts seeming to like mist out as it flies, or attempts to fly at Bellerin. Eldritch Blast.
Ooh.
Seems that holding my hand this time, holding it steady.
Nicely done. As you conjure up your Eldritch Blast, you can see, not too dissimilar from your own shadows, a soft, thin sheen of blue light seems to cover Bellowin's robes as you recognize the magic, and you know exactly where to aim for the weak points as you blast through his mage armor with your Eldritch Blast. Give me that damage.
Rip.
2.
Slowed down by the magic protecting him, your blast can only get through a bit, but you can see him still recoil from it, as though he does not have a lot to him in terms of his constitution.
Take a step back. I don't know. And are we on our turn?
Alright, moving back, getting some space. Cricket, you're up.
Seeing this fire just explode in the middle of this area, there's flames, it's bright, it's exciting, people died, people are scared and confused. This is just great for old Cricket! As I reach up and just throw myself over this rock and come running and laughing. Gonna try to get right up to this guy, leaping down from the rock, and just kicking at him. My hands are a little numb, so I'm just swinging my feet at the back of his legs, just trying to kick the shit out of him. With one strike? Yeah!
Shin kicker.
Feel as he connects quite solidly.
And here comes the back kick. Yeah. Nope.
Away from you, trying to keep himself up, but you can see he's getting this man is already tired and exhausted. He spends most of his life looking at books, not fighting goblins on the road. And you know his jaw
you're going down,
is
you
glass,
fucking nerd.
and you can see the cracks spreading throughout it.
Fucking glass.
Metaphysically.
Your insult. You fucking nerd.
As Yordis whips around this strange, this little man. He draws his long sword.
Get a surprise? Little surprisey poo?
He's never surprised. He's the thing hitter. There's always things to hit.
The thing Hitler.
And give me a defense roll.
Better-ish.
As you can see, you can almost hear the blade sing through the air as it scrapes up against your arm, drawing blood.
Oh.
You take 2 slashing damage.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a deep cut. Oh, I'm gonna get you.
Asha.
This has been the most beautiful of days. I'm just gonna take a knee, as I already popped up from being prone, to yell at them, pull out my heavy crossbow as magic flows into the point of the bolt. The bonus action as it starts to glow with slight purplish, almost wisping magic, as I let loose at Bellerin, Mr. Mage Man. I'm making assumptions. Pew! 15?
At Bellerin?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him kind of trying to whip around, kind of catch his breath, dealing with Cricket, and you can see the shimmer of the blue armor kind of glitter, and then you find that perfect weak spot and get right through by just a little bit. Give me that damage roll. Oh, how do you want to do this?
He's just turning around, turning towards Cricket, and I just hit him right in the back in between the shoulder blades, right in the spine. Good night. But this was an exciting death, no?
With a sort of comical thwap, you can hear his body just connect with the mud as he is just dead on the ground.
Give Hesha a thumbs up.
Subtract 0 from his health. We'll...
I hit him low, you hit him high.
Alright, Bama, you can see there's one tough man still standing sword in hand, so he's trying to find a weakness, and Cricket's dashing all over the place.
As I run out, I start going. And I swing at him.
The laughter kind of coming over the sounds of this ambush is just absurd. And he turns around just in time to see your axe come down and swipe him across the chest. He takes 5 slashing damage.
Actually, you should take an additional 2. I forgot to turn my rage damage on.
He takes 2 more damage. The brutality.
Is that your rage, laughing.
Yep.
Were you a shield boy?
Yeah, I got a shield out.
Oh yeah.
As Bellerin is dead, Ophelia.
So look over this rock for a little bit, and then the edge of my shield is going to start turning to flame as it creates this ring of fire as I throw my shield out. And I don't the shield doesn't leave my hand as this fake shield of fire tries to hit guy. I think I flame home.
Alright.
I think the rock that you're behind is like 10 feet tall. Look, are you up here with me?
Climb the rock.
It is 10 feet tall. I thought you were up there with her. Okay. As your flaming shield seems to conjure itself around your shield and fly forth. Let's see if you can dodge it. Cannot. Alright, as he takes 4 radiant damage as the shield crashes into his chest, burning into the wound that Bama just inflicted on him. You fools, you don't know what it is you've taken. As the oil light has its turn and gains 1. I forgot to make it do that automatically,
Fire
but
begins
whatever.
to fade.
I got a little one there for you.
No, get rid of that. I don't like it.
Whoa!
Uh-oh, fire's moving.
So that's 1 turn for the oil light there. And as the fire begins to dwindle, and this man seems to be on his last breath, Ashen and Ophelia, actually pretty much everyone, you can all kind of hear with the sound of the drizzle in the last moments of combat here, just a horrible, piercing cry. As it sounds like, almost like a sick war cry, as you can hear the soft pit-pat of many feet descending off the hill behind you.
Oh.
That sounds
What
exciting.
You mean the hill that I'm standing on?
Yeah, more or less.
Probably more than less.
You always get caught in the back of the group and just annihilated.
Yeah. Why is it always me?
Shoot.
Yes, I
some
know. I
friends.
hear them. As I start sprinting up and yeah, my name.
Yeah, kind of whipping around
Jump off the
Pesha,
rock.
you can quickly see these horrible mottled pink bodies of what look like rats given humanoid form, sprinting with spears or sort of horrible looking jagged implements of metal coming to claim fresh kills.
Yeah, look at that as I pop a cherry tomato in my mouth.
You have a cherry tomato.
That's not even my turn
in
yet.
real life.
What did she get those? I want one.
It's in her background. She always has a single cherry tomato in her pocket per encounter. It's her encounter powder.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Boop. Ashen Spring. As it comes to you, you can hear the sound of these horrible ratmen coming over the hill and down towards you, and you realize, oh, this probably isn't a good place for me to be. What do you do?
Move here for all this time, jumping off the rock, doing the same, stabilizing my arm, sending an Eldritch Blast to attempt to finish off Hitler.
Is your... How do you live in this?
Nice.
And sort of springing off the rock and then using the same arm stabilizing technique that seemed to work on Belorin, whatever his name is. It's the same magic circle comes and flies off. Sort of, I guess. Oh. So you know how Chaos Knight chaos bolt kind of looks with it, like, so it's spewing out as it flies by?
Yeah, he sort of lobs it almost.
Yeah. That's basically it, except flying from my hand as...
Yeah, so this purple conjuration of magical... Does it look like fire?
It's more like just...
Like energy?
Yeah, just energy.
This purple, cracklish ball of electric energy just lobs from your hand and smacks him square in the face, and it just almost seems to overload. As you can see just purple cracks spreading all across his skin, and you can see smoke and fire begin to envelop him as he falls down to the ground, dead.
Bye, Felicia.
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, the first thing you fucking hit was the ground. Congratulations.
You're so snarky.
And it'll be my turn.
Here they come.
This Pinkman just running towards you, Hesha and Ophelia, seeming to sort of move his arm around and around in a rhythmic motion as he just seems to whip his arm forward, and you can see a sling bullet just fly straight towards you, Ophelia. I'm gonna need a defense roll from you.
Boom, boom, boom. What's that one?
Ooh, yeah.
How come it rolls different for you?
You roll a 1 and a 2.
He uses damage instead of attack. So I guess that should still, red, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
No, if you roll damage, it doesn't red out a 1 on your damage.
Yep.
If you roll a 1 on your damage, it'll turn it red, right?
I don't think so.
No, because Cricket just punched for 1 and it didn't turn his damage red.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
That's weird. I remember it turned red.
Yeah.
Oh, Ophelia, watch. Oh.
As the sling bullet just seems to careen straight for your temple. Your vision kind of goes red for a moment as you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
Are you okay?
You can see a trickle of blood just kind of go from her split screen. Wow, her split skin. Hesha.
That will be a beautiful scar.
Well, funnily enough, I don't scar.
Really? Oh, I believe they are calling up to meet us. It's horrible.
God damn it, I forgot they updated their hotkeys. Ugh!
Right click, baby.
Right click, yeah. This one's gonna dash around, try to get over to Bomber. And this one is twirling a sling as well, heading straight for you, Asha.
Oh no.
The defense roll, you can see the bullet coming, looks like it's coming toward your chest. Oh! As it hits you.
Oh, wow, these defense rolls.
No, you're not.
Stinky.
Bludgeoning damage.
Oh! Throwing drugs? Sheesh.
Yeah, it's the one at the rock. Weird sort of hacksaw blade in hand, but he needed to kind of push himself a little bit further to even get this close to try to maybe hit you with it. Doesn't seem to have enough energy to follow through. Cricket, you're up.
How big are these things compared to me? Are they my sized?
These dudes, they seem to be maybe. Are you asking like actual size?
Yeah. Like what if I looked at them? Yeah. Are they a small boy like me? Or are they too big? Think are they better than me?
They are medium.
Okay.
They're literally at the floor of medium.
They do actually think they're better than you.
Oh, fuck them. Okay, seeing these guys smiling, seeing these guys just fall like a bag of bricks and seeing more things coming and screaming. And it sounds like the people on the rock getting whacked by, a favorite weapon of mine. I'll turn to this guy who just sprints towards us, and I start running back towards him, just screaming as he's screaming at me. And I start swinging my fist at him. Pow. Yeah.
Ooh, that'll definitely hit.
Max damage!
And
Nice.
is he bigger than me?
He is.
Go, fuck you! And I fear you small. Get +1 damage as I just throw all my weight into it.
Nice.
Yeah, where you punching him?
And I'm just going across the fucking face.
You can just see
If
his
he's like a
foot kind
full
of,
medium, I'm just throwing it out.
just kind of move back with your fist as you connect really solidly, and you can feel just a crack beneath between your fingers, but not from your hand, but from where you hit this guy. As you can see, his big buck rat tooth just hits the ground.
Jaws of glass, and I reel back my other fist and just try to deck him in the tummy.
It'll also hit.
Brah.
How do you want to do this?
I just want to bury my fist so hard in his tummy that it just goes in, and I don't know, it doesn't work that way, but like I just want to put it as deep as I can in his stomach and just try to flatten everything in there using my tiny little quick fists like little tiny steel hammers.
Yeah, just digging up into his stomach. You can feel, like, just for a moment, it feels like his legs leave contact with the ground, and just as you're pushing up, you can feel just a small pop as something seems to go out of place, and he goes limp and falls down to the ground dead.
As from the dregs, you rat, and I start walking up to this wall, and I'm gonna start putting my hands on it, but that's about as far as I can go. So I'm gonna try to hoist myself up. That's my turn. I'm coming at ya!
Dead. Actually, you can see this horrid pink mottled man of rat and skin just coming after you. What do you do?
You are just the most horrible thing. Was you not? As I'm just gonna circle around him. Wonderfully done, Cricket. As I'm just gonna put a boot up on him and try to shove him backwards.
All right, give me that good old-fashioned shove.
As looking around, trying to make sure that. Well, I'm gonna do it anyways. Looking around, seeing that everybody, and saying I don't quite get the best boot on this guy, I'm just gonna put a hand on it. I know, I'm doing it anyways. Shut up. As I put my hand on his shoulder, and because I don't want to fuck up this moment, it is such a glorious thing fighting in the night with this horrible creature, such an idyllic situation, as I will save face and kick this motherfucker with an additional 3 to my athletics check. Even though I don't need it. So I'm shoving him backwards 5 feet off the rock. Well, let us vacate, shall we? As I will just hop my little happy ass down, getting out behind Cricket as I pull out a crossbow bolt and start to infuse it with some magic. I think that's actually as far as I can go. 10. No, it's only 20 feet. I'm gonna go here.
Oh, hey, Asha.
Hello, Cricket. There's about 3 more of these wonderful fellows.
Oh, that's not enough for me.
All right, Bomber. You can see the fire dwindling, but the fire of battle rages on. What do you do?
5, 10, 15, hop between, 20, 25. Is he in range?
Yes.
I will swing with a script error. And I will fail.
Yikes.
You got some deep inspiration.
You can use it whenever you want. To wind up your axe.
Yeah, sure. I'll use it.
Drag it on in the man, baby. Ooh.
That's a
Feel yourself
12.
inspired by your success. And
Oh, damage.
12 damage. All right. How do you want to do this?
Nice.
The axe is just gonna come across and just take his head clean off.
Nice.
I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds amazing.
Yeah, he just falls over headless.
And another 5 feet, so I'll move closer to him. That'll be my turn.
Did Brad do take any damage from falling off?
Isn't it a d6 for every 10 feet?
Yeah.
10 feet?
No, he wasn't 10 feet up.
I said the rock was 10 feet up.
9.9 feet.
You were up 10 feet. He wasn't up all the way with you.
One of them sloping rocks.
It literally is a sloping rock. Look at it.
Look at those geometrics.
Ophelia, vision clearing, seeing these two rats down there. One of them looking over at Bomber, the other one looking up at you with another sling bullet at the ready. What do you do?
I'm gonna slide down and kind of get in front of Bomber, because, you know, gotta protect the people. So the sacred flame in the sky.
Radiant shield forming up on it. Once again, throwing it out. Let's see if he makes a save. As your shield courses out, it just seems to slam home with him, and the radiant energy and light just almost lifting him up off the ground as it just seems to burn across his body for 8 damage.
Nice. Max damage.
That's my turn.
As the oil light goes out.
As the oil is washed away, the light along with it. In the darkness.
It envelops me.
All that you see.
Absolute
Spring.
horror.
What do you do? As flickers of
I
light.
don't have because I have a lamp. Okay, well, I pull out my lamp, I pull out my tinder box, and that's my turn. Because I can't actually physically light it within the 6 seconds of me pulling out those 2 items. Because that's how action economy works. My turn! Oh god.
You need to be a thief. Then you could.
Yeah. As I try to traverse the bodies.
Rogue levels.
God, where am I going? Come on.
Oh, you step on Bellard Apprentice. Give me a dex save.
Oof.
I fucking love it.
Yeah, you almost kind of slip in the mud there and catch yourself. All right.
Okay. What's that? Oh god, move the map. Oh, no, I moved.
Just follow the smell of steaming
Kind of
corpses.
tripping over Bellard. Give me another dex save.
Slipping and sliding.
Oh, yeah, keeping yourself up. You got it.
Okay. Just. It's probably really muddy down there. Okay, it's okay. We'll clean them. Get back. Yep, I just hunkered down with my lamp.
All right. As we come down
Lamp
to the
and tinderbox.
You can see this horribly scorched up creature knows it's near death, but it's going to try to get its vengeance on you as it swings its weird, sick-looking blade at you, Ophelia. I need a defense roll. Seems to be coming right for your arm. Oof. As it connects solidly. Slashing damage! You can feel and see the length, the bits of your chain shirt kind of get ripped open as the blade draws blood. This rat man knows the end is near. His ally is going to make a retreat. But as he does so, He seems to throw another rock, this time at Bomber with advantage. So give me a defense roll with disadvantage.
Here comes in that one. Oh, even in the dark.
As the rock gets closer and closer and closer, and you can almost just kind of feel the funniness of this situation almost causes you to kind of toss your head back and laugh, and in doing so, the rock just sails past and smacks into the mud. And the craziness of your laugh. Ratman to go as far away from you as he can. Far enough. As we come now to Cricket.
How tall is this wall in front of me?
On this side, it's like 10, 11 feet tall.
Oh, that's a pretty big wall. Okay. Well, if there's handholds on it, I can see them with my dark vision. I'm going to try and climb to the top, about to the top where Hesha was.
Relatively natural protrusions that would aid you in climbing up it.
Okay, so climbing speed's half, so I spend twice as much, about 20 feet to get to the top. Okay, then I'm just gonna basically run off the edge of this wall and just, I can't really jump because apparently I don't have enough movement, but I'm basically gonna fall off the wall on top of this guy and just try to bring both feet down on top of his fucking head.
Alright.
So you're gonna do it. Mario style, just
as
two
you
attacks.
just Mario Goomba stomp him, alright?
Let's see. And see both those hit.
Damn.
The left foot catches him on the shoulder, the right foot catches him on the head, and you can feel his whole body going down with you as and you can feel the warmth of whatever comprises him kind of washing between your toes, as you can feel his body kind of just shake and shudder and twitch lifelessly.
Look what I did, Ophelia!
I just start stepping on his body. That's all the movement I have.
As you turn him into rat wine.
I would drink that. There he is. Put him where he belongs, on the bottom.
Alright, and Hesha.
The bolt tip glowing and ever so slightly in purple magic. I just walk forward and just hop over dead body. Hello? Is anybody still alive? Oh, you are trying to run. Oh, well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So I line up my shot and try to shoot him in the back. Oh, hopefully at advantage.
23
That's
will
that
definitely
do
hit.
7 damage.
Your bolt piercing deep into his shoulder blade as he seems to drop his sling and just try to catch himself and keep running as he takes a good amount of damage but is still up.
It is a gift, so do not forget about me.
As Bomber, it's coming to you in the dark, but well, I do.
I'll just drop my rage because I'm assuming battle's over because I don't hear anything. And start lighting a torch when eventually I can in 2 turns.
Just pull it out and light it.
Oh, I thought that's... Okay, well then I'll pull out another torch and light it. That'll be my turn.
Alright. Coming to Ophelia. You can see even more clearly now with the light of the torch. This last ratman scrabbling back up to his feet and running further up this hill and trying to get out of sight. What do you do?
Shelter.
Alright, Captain America, let's see how it works out for you. Let's see.
Whoa! That went right over my head.
How do you want to do this?
It's what the radiant damage just cut through his chest and feel like it just looks away because it's too gruesome.
Shield's bouncing around.
So you won't do that because it's too gruesome, you said?
No, it's Ophelia looks away.
So Ophelia looks away as the shield just connects with his back, and you can hear just this horrible burning sound as just both his arms and his torso are just split in half, and he just goes flying almost end over end and collapses into a heap. As he
that looked
fell.
painful and awful. I liked it.
That's wonderful.
Well, that was fun.
Seems like there's no more of these crazed Grothics, Ratmen.
Now that was a night. I love it.
Yeah, we should look headshot. Look, I'm ankle deep in a rat.
You are. It's like you're making little rat shoes out of it.
Oh.
As I light my lamp.
Sit down at the edge of the rock.
Just a regular lamp. 30 feet of bright. Like 40. No, it's like 15 feet of bright, 30 feet of dim.
It sounds smaller than a torch.
Yeah, it does sound small. Are you sure it's not bigger than a torch? I thought they were.
Is it a hidden
It's like
lantern?
45 feet total. It's 15 feet radius of bright light and 30 feet of dim light. For 45 feet in total.
I'm just doing that.
Okey-doke.
I could see it being light, or less, because it's basically just like a candle wick instead of a big old flaming torch.
That's true.
But it burns for longer. It burns for 6 hours versus 1.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Wonderful job, everyone! God, I love a good ambush.
Time to loot the bodies.
Bomber, that was amazing. I love it.
Bomber, that was so much fire! You should do it again!
Ah, maybe tomorrow.
I started patting down Belorian for any sort of magical things he might have on him, disregarding coinage and such. For my other allies, fine.
I am sad to say, though, I am
Any spellbooks?
Nice. They each had a spell book.
Yes, Jib. Spells. I'm a warlock.
Yeah, they had like level 9 spells in there and everything, and you know.
I'm just laying back on my back on the rock, just giggling to myself, just staring up at the sky.
You feel the soft drizzle of the remaining bits of rain just kind of washing the sweat and blood away. Searching Bellerin, you quickly find a money sack, which I guess you just toss in the mud and disregard.
Yep.
I'll pick it up.
That over my shoulder.
I'll pick it up as I'm just standing right there.
Yep. And
Oh, boy.
looking through the rest of him, you do find two small vials which seem to have some sort of weird concoctions in them. One seems to be of a thick reddish color, and the other seems to be of this light sort of not cyan, not necessarily green, just like this sort of weird blue-green to it.
So I put that back with my tinderbox, small pouch inside my jacket. If those vials are small enough.
They're pretty small. They seem to have maybe about a mouthful's worth of liquid in both of them.
Pick it up and put it in my purse.
Put it in my small mantle. My fanny pack, if you will.
I'll search Hitler.
Poor guy.
I'm sorry, Jordan. I saw Hitler. I'm like, oh my.
As you search Nortis, you find his longsword of elven make. It seems to be relatively nice. You don't think it'd fetch more than any other longsword in the market, but it's a decent make. And checking, you find his coins, just a few of them. He has about 15 copper pieces on him. Nothing of any value on the apprentices, and then the money sack from Bellerin has 49 silver pieces, approximately, between the mixture of silver pieces and copper pieces, which I will give you a breakdown here in a second.
I roll over to my side and look down at the group looting. They don't happen to have my daggers on them, do they? I left them in the room. I would like them back.
No?
As everyone turns up to God.
Did they pick up my daggers? Do they have them on them?
A more thorough search of Bellerin turns up one of your daggers that seems to have this horrid scarring along its blade that looks like it has been electrified.
Magically charged with lightning.
I think that is the one. Better than nothing. Good, because I didn't have a melee weapon anymore.
Give me a second. John is doing some quick maths.
Okie dokie. Hesha, would you like a longsword?
If you are offering, I am not so good with them.
Hesha, you can sell them.
Do we know? I will take it if you do not wish.
Well, if you don't need it, I'll keep it.
Right,
Very fair.
Find 39 silver pieces and 105 copper pieces.
Math.
I'm gonna reach my hands in the pockets of this broken body. And look at these rat guys.
Pockets? What pockets?
And the pants and
The pocket in his chest that he ripped open by stomping on it.
Yeah, they just these sort of pink mottled men just have what looks like just simple leather loincloths on and not much else.
Oh, loincloths? I'll take that shit.
Yes.
And you're a scrapper.
Yeah. Fucking
man.
leather?
You know how much leather goes around? Actually, leather could go around.
Yeah, so you
Because
get
it's like, hey, hey.
You get 4 leather loincloths.
Oh, snap. Cricket's gonna make him a new pair of underwear.
As you kind of feel onto these things and kind of feel the leather of it, and then like as you're taking it off of these creatures, you almost kind of notice like actually give me a survival check.
Ooh. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of notice they have an eerily similar consistency.
Ooh.
The leather and the skin of these things feel really similar.
Cool.
As you all fought off the Karanas.
So everybody gets 7 silver pieces, 21 copper, and then we have 4 copper to spare.
7.
We update the...
Wait, 7 silver. How much copper?
21.
Got it. I don't care. I just wanted my cut. Everyone else can get the 1 copper.
Alright. Everyone else gets 1 copper.
Wonderful.
Oh. Look at this. We're getting paid for a job and we're just getting paid for snatching shit. I like this.
Indeed. Look at those boots.
Was there anything on the apprentices?
Oh shit, that's true. Hold on a second, hold on. This guy wearing nice clothes?
Yeah, can we like give Cricket some of the clothing?
I'm just gonna be, to be completely honest with you, I'm gonna be taking like a nice piece of clothing you're wearing, like anything that I could just like pawn off. Not like the whole set of clothing, obviously, but like if the boots aren't too bad.
Does that man have a dagger on his belt?
It's on the ad. It's obviously in the inventory.
it seems to be missing, looking at him.
Oh, fair.
It's just embroidered into his clothing.
Here's your dagger. So
Thank you.
Ceremony it over to her.
Much appreciated. Ophelia, are you okay? Took a nasty bump on the head.
I'm gonna walk over and start dragging these raider carcasses out here, so that it looks like the rat people killed these people instead of us.
Okay. Give me a.
Oh, if I see what he's doing, I'll help him. You know, it's probably survival.
It's this brilliant bomber. I love it.
This guy wearing a nice cloak.
Give me a. Are you proficient in deception, Bomber?
I am.
Okay.
Hey, I'm proficient in deception. The rule says written, I can help him.
I'll walk over and like pop out my crossbow bolts out of Bill Lauren.
Yeah, I was gonna have him do it with advantage because of his experience anyway, but yeah, you can give me a deception check with advantage. You are quite familiar with framing situations, not so much as they actually happen, but so much as how you want them to be interpreted.
So like I grab some of like their do they have any like bladed weapons on them? The rat people?
Yeah, they have like these wicked looking, it looks like someone took like bits of sheet metal and just like cut like a rectangle out of it and stuck and just you're just holding onto it by metal, attached to metal. It just looks awful. It looks like a piece of shit.
Oh, perfect. So like I'll find like wherever there's like a crossbow bolt and like I'll stick that weapon like in that hole and like jiggle it around and like I'll take fuck.
I'll just follow his lead with whatever. Helping him drag corpses around.
Yeah.
Paint a beautiful picture.
Yep, I'll just make it.
Oh god. Good. Why are these things so heavy?
Do a what's your deception? Ooh, 21.
21.
Nice.
He's healing.
Yeah, just do me a favor. Just mark in like I don't know, a section that would be convenient for you in your bio section. Just put Bellorin ambush and put down 21 for me.
Alright, I'm gonna see here.
Well done.
I have to say, you are all amazing. I think it's the most exciting night I have had in so long.
I think I have updated. Oh, I didn't do this other part. And then yeah, you have met.
Ew, get him away from me. So is this guy wearing a cloak, Mr. Bellorin? Ooh, I like his legs.
Yeah, Bellorin seems to have he seems to have a light cloth cloak on him, soaked in mud, blood, and filth.
Perfect.
And Nordis seems to have like some relatively nice looking like leather clothing. It looks like maybe.
I might take the cloak because I do need a new blanket. Mine got struck by lightning.
When I grab the one that started to run away, I'm going to make sure like I pick it up and like just shovel the ground so it doesn't look like you died there, but it just looks like there's feet print just running off and bring it back. So like I purposely pick it up so there's no footprints. And then I try to sweep mine under the mud. So it looks like somebody got away. Otherwise, you couldn't explain away why one dude's naked right now.
Gotcha.
Oh look, all the assailants.
What are you gonna do with the last body? You just gonna leave it here? The one that you're trying to say got away. What do you want to do with him? Let's just make this guy him. So you have him.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him like on top of the apprentice guys, but I'm gonna take my torch and burn some of his fur as well, so it looks like there's some kind of fire shit that went down on both sides.
Okay, I like it.
Noise.
The Anserone. And with that, your ambush is quite successful. And you know, it's probably about 10 or 15 minutes to get back to where you all made camp and hopefully get some rest.
A wonderful night on a wonderful journey.
Oh yeah, let's do it tomorrow night too.
I love it.
So I come back with a bundle of loincloths and a cloak. I don't know if I got the guy's boots, if he even had boots, but I'd probably take his boots, if I could take his boots.
And you got some silver.
Can I have his boots?
Take his boots.
Okay.
Just,
Okay. Got a big old bundle.
Yeah, just some nice leather boots.
Ophelia, are you sure you're okay? Everyone, I do not know if Ophelia is feeling very well. She took a nasty bump on the head.
I'm sure she'll be
Go over to
fine.
her and
Okay, you go do that.
I'll guide her. Put an arm around her shoulder and just lead her off.
Oh, my poor Ophelia.
You all head back up. The rain finally seems to come to a stop.
No, perfect timing.
How did long rest work in your game again?
You can spend hit dice, but you need to use a healer's kit charge to do so.
Right. Yeah, for a long rest.
Long rest you still need to, but you get to add like your proficiency bonus? No, your con mod twice? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Con mod twice?
Add your con mod twice.
Yeah, for healing, it is you don't regain hit points at the end of a long rest. Instead, you can spend hit dice to heal. Does not require using a healer's kit, but if you do that, you get your con bonus twice.
How do we recover hit die?
Long rest.
Oh.
So it still uses the same half recovery.
So do we have to expend the hit die first, and then we get it the next long rest?
You have to complete a long rest to get your hit dice.
Yeah, but then we also have to use a hit die to heal. So do we not get the hit die back after the end of the long rest?
Yeah.
Or at the end of the long rest, if we healed, well, I guess in this case, if Ophelia healed and then used the hit dice, she would have 0 hit dice until we take the next long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this is
She needs a 9-hour long rest, so the first hour can be a short rest where she can use her hit dice. And then at the end of the long rest, she'll get it back.
The way it works is if you go into a long rest with 0 hit dice, all right, then when you conclude your long rest, you get your hit die back, and you can use those hit die to recover at the start of your day.
Okay.
Death message is like, she has a hit dice now, but she doesn't want to use the long rest hit dice because she won't have one. She might as well use the one she has now on a short rest right before she takes a long rest.
Yeah,
So she wants to take a 9-hour long rest.
Yeah.
Because apparently you cannot take short rests while taking long rests.
Yep. Pretty goofy when you have midnight encounters. Take a short rest, and it's like, hey, I just expended hit die. Now it's the thing, and the fighter has everything, and the warlock has his spell slots back.
I mean, it's weird because it's like you have to declare you're taking a long rest, so even if you rest for 4 hours, you don't actually get the benefits of a short rest.
Yeah, it's like I got all the sleep I need tonight. I drank plenty of food and water.
Like if you're a warrior or a fighter and you want to get your second wind back before, the next morning, you need to take a 9-hour long rest because you need the first hour to be a short rest. Real goofy.
Action surge back on a long rest, though.
Yeah, it's just like if you take 6 hours of the long rest, you won't have it back if you got ambushed because you wouldn't have taken a short rest.
Nice.
Hey, I'll expend a healer's kit to expedite her healing on the short rest.
Back up to the camp, you can just see Nada up standing watch or sitting watch, or I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but he's just up on top of a crate looking kind of around, just Oh, there you all are. Come on, come on. She kind of waves you all over. Your ambush went well, I assume. I think I heard the explosion from here.
Success.
I didn't know you had bombs with you.
Could not have gone better. Oh, always. Always.
I killed a man with my bare hands, and I just
Guys,
Looking straight into his eyes.
Fire.
He looks at you. I thought you had goblin hands. I didn't know you had bare hands.
Is he funny, man?
He just tries to smile.
As we approach camp, I'll extinguish my lamp.
It's gonna be a fun night.
So,
Hey, it's your watch.
how have you all? Did you have fun with your trees?
Thankfully, none of the weird magic around here seemed to bother us. Shepard and Vul are asleep, but I'm just standing guard, just waiting for you guys to get back. I'm glad you made it back safely. I wouldn't want to have to go the rest of the distance with just the two of us, or three of us.
I'm sorry to say that your night was so boring, but we are all fine. Thank you. Although Ophelia, I believe she needs a bit of sleep.
Oh, well, we got the rest of the tents set up, so whichever one says she can go rest up.
Wonderful.
He just seems to have like a sort of concerned look on his face. He seems to be just a relatively genuine person for the most part.
Well, I have to admit, I'm still riding the high of the moment. I'll take a watch before heading to bed. I do not know if my heart would slow enough to allow me to sleep anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna take over watch, I think I'll get some sleep myself. Thanks so much for coming out here. I know this job probably didn't pay a whole lot, and it seemed pretty simple, but it seems to get more and more complex by the day.
Oh, it was completely worth it.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Thanks, I will. Fulton?
I'll follow Ophelia into hers, bandage up her head, best as my non-medic self can. Because I only have 11 in wisdom. Not good at this, but I'm good at licking my own wounds.
Okay, Ash, how am I only heal this kid? You don't have to use yours.
It's too late. I'm already bandaging your head, although very poorly, because I don't know what I'm doing. There we go.
Wrapping bandage around her entire head.
You're just Ophelia. You're just slowly but surely getting mummified. Like your vision is getting covered in white bandages, and it just keeps going. Now it's on your nose.
Mm-hmm. I'm healing you. I'm healing you.
Is that Ophelia here? Dear, are you okay?
There we go. And then, I guess I was supposed to put the salve before the. So I just started applying the salve over the bandage. There you go.
That's not how that works, Ash.
You can feel the salve kind of just soak through the bandages. It does feel a little bit better, but if it was done right, it would feel a lot better.
There you go. Okay. Have a nice sleep. As I get out of her tent and go into mine.
I slowly undo his bandage and get to redo it the proper way.
How come you're not damaged anymore? Aren't you damaged over here? Did I accidentally break you?
Right, is he not attached to his character sheet?
Right, Raggy.
Okay, there we go. As you are, you're down a bit of health, Ophelia, but you can give me a hit die. Literally healed the damage you had. Okay, there you go.
What can I say except welcome?
They've updated their hotkeys.
Right, and what's the watch order gonna be for tonight?
Taking first watch.
I'm pretty poop, so I won't take a watch if I won't have to.
Just put like a 1 on your with a dot or something, or like an eye. Do like the eye and do a 1.
I don't know. Do you think is it expected of Olin Shepherd to take watches, or are they like, oh, we're hiring, take the watch?
Is a hand shepherd and not you actually don't know. Enhance them.
I'll go last. Gotta keep the biggest, sharpest ears on lookout.
I'll take second watch. Say bye.
Oh, poor Nick.
Just leave this. Hesha's taking first. Ophelia's taking second. Bomber, are you also gonna take second?
I'll take third since next time.
Right, and Cricket is taking last watch. And so as Cricket, Bomber, and Ophelia get themselves comfortable as best they can out here in the wilderness, and we come to the end of a very eventful day.
Woo!
That.
Wait, I need to write in Nova. What day is it?
It is the
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
oh my god.
I don't know what that meme is. Like, I know it's the frog dude, but I don't know where it came from.
Oh yeah, nobody knows. It is the 13th of Flame End.
Right, I don't know what number month is that.
8.
Okay, 8/13. Got it. Who cares about it? All right. Well, time to go log in the journal.
You will care about that. I'll make you care. I'll drag you kicking and
Yeah, I
screaming
will
to
care about that.
I'll make you care.
Care about the calendar, goddammit.
Can't wait for that Care Bear movie.
All right.
Do you care? I'll fucking make you care.
You goofballs, as we come
About a big old serrated knife.
to Hesha's first watch as everything seems to go relatively quiet, that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh yeah.
Just take out one of our looted silver coins and just spin it in the campfire light in front of me, staring whimsically at it.
As that is all she wrote for the city of Caelumvale this Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woot diddy woot.
Good shit, Jordan.
What a session.
Felt good to fucking everything to work.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Cricket.
Death tried to claim me today several times.
Yeah, it did. You were Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Those defense rolls are rough. Y'all can't fucking protect yourselves
Did
for
we
shit.
make a single defense roll?
Bomber did.
I think Bomber did.
Yeah, Bomber definitely. I caught that shit. He rolled like a 28 on a fucking
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
28 or 31 or something.
Yeah, I was like, ooh,
God,
this-
the rest of us couldn't roll higher than a 3.
yeah. I was like, the floor is 22, guys. What are you doing? I keep seeing these ones pop up. Like, oh no! What are you, guys?
Yep.
What are you doing?
First attack against us in the campaign, it's a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he negated it, and he still died.
Yeah. I was like, oh god, oh jeez. It's all
Yep, level 1, baby.
It's a scorching ray, but lightning, and it's +0 to hit.
I'm hitting a level 1 character with a level 2 spell.
It's
Gonna hurt.
For anyone wondering, defense roll math checks out.
It was +0 to hit. That's not on me. Leave me
I think
alone.
you still need to roll a plus, like, so you roll like a 16 to miss.
Well, if it was a +0, then he only needs.
No,
Did he have like
you add
14
your
AC?
You add your AC, yeah. So his AC
The math is
15.
different.
Yeah, the math is correct. Math is correct.
It's like a +0
just
to
that
hit,
we
but we
rolled
only have like 14
bad.
AC to begin with, so.
Yeah,
15,
we
so.
just rolled terrible because he would have to make like what 22. He had to make like an 8.
Yeah, it had like a 25% chance of hitting him.
The real problem is the fact that he had to take all 3 rays by himself.
Oh yeah.
You know, sometimes that happens.
Zip, 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 zip.
But I somehow lived.
And it wasn't
I had a
really.
skin in my teeth.
It wasn't like actually like spell casting. I miss monsters in 4th edition being able to do magical shit without it actually just having to be spells. So, you know, sometimes things will just do like, oh yeah, it's like a fire ray. That's just what it does.
There's things like that in here.
Yeah, there's
But not
stuff.
that many.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them.
Flame Skull has just fire ray. It's not a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
I'm saying
Hellhounds
there's
can
not
literally
that
just breathe
many.
fire. There's not.
It's good shit. I fucked those things up. I annihilated them. Good thing I had
you
that
did.
DM inspiration let me add 3d6 of my damage.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit. I have it set so I don't know what inspiration you have. So like, yeah, I find it makes it'll just make it more exciting for me. So that was awesome. I didn't know you had that. It was kick ass. I have the party thing set up, so now you know who you guys have met, and then all the people you've killed, you fucking savages.
Kills.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Ambushes, man. They're fun to set up, fun to execute. It's good stuff.
I feel sort of bad for Nick because he's sick and dying. He didn't get to defend himself as being the goody two-shoes of the group. He just sort of had to go along with it. But now Ophelia has the taste of blood, and she'll never be the same.
He got to
As her soft pink
He
hair
got
gets
to
stained
use
to dark
his,
red.
got to use his shield as that one dude from Mortal Kombat. The fucking Shaolin dude.
Caelumvale.
Yeah, fucking cutting people in half.
I got to just use all my stuff. My ball bearings and my oil and my sort of my grappling hook. Like attach it to the door or the window.
I got to burn people alive.
Yeah, you did.
I'm so glad I got to set that up where I was like, I still have all this oil. I gotta.
You also got to do your character thing, Bomber, of
I got to
setting
gig
up
up.
scenes. And that too, yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I thought Owen was gonna die.
Ah,
we
not
need
the
to
I
frame
was
better.
gonna die too.
It was real close. I was like, I could either kill this thing and he would have a 50-50 chance of living, or I could save him and maybe get shot in the back. But Jordan didn't murder me.
No, he wanted to go back to the plate and heal up.
I figured that's what it was doing. Or it was like, it can only shoot once and then it needs to go recharge.
No, it can only shoot once a day. Period.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I could get shot in the back and just die here, but I don't want to leave it a 50-50 chance of Cricket dying on the fucking second episode.
Yeah, but that's what Omen's monks do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got you, Cricket. I got you.
My friend has shot.
It would certainly suck, but I am not. We're not at the point where I have done 20 sessions worth of precognition planning. Where if you die now, my entire life crumbles down into nothingness. So I'm perfectly fine with you dying now. I mean, I figure you'll take it in stride. It'll be fine. But you know, that's why. Yeah, we started at level 1 just because I wanted to do 1 to 20, and also so yeah, some of you might die tragically, and we'll have to go through that perhaps, but. You will definitely be less likely to die. So let me see here how much experience you guys get for your 2 sessiones.
Do we level up?
Alright,
Do we
so
find my
thanks to my super cool lazy experience API tracker, I already know how much monster XP you guys got. And it's 475.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I know, divided by 5. Let's see.
Peter, got it.
And then I gave out, I think each one of you got an instance of inspiration, right?
Yeah.
I've had
5, 10,
I've had mine,
15,
yeah.
20.
I've had mine
25.
back before in the realm of non-existent.
No, that's
In
fine,
that
that's fine.
alternate universe that doesn't exist.
Yeah, had
Anymore.
mine when I was still Robin.
I had mine when I was still
It's fine. We'll roll that.
Oh, God,
we'll roll
what
that
is my
inspiration into this calculation. So that's 5% each.
Oh.
We don't even remember his name. I guess that's a good sign. I wasn't attached to that character.
What a beautiful character.
I love how the voice just changed from one character drastically to the other, just like, it's my fucking pirate ship.
Ugh. Eating garbage with my best friends.
Let's fucking kill them, dude. Let's
fucking love
fucking kill them.
Hesha's fun.
Yeah, he's a fun character.
It's getting the problem of, like, I always want to talk now.
I'm still unsure on how to play a look.
Hopefully I'm not stealing the spotlight from people. I'm sorry if I did.
Nah.
No, you want to talk? Just
Getting
speak up.
hard. I'm trying to figure out how to play high and low with character.
High and low wisdom.
Yeah,
I've sort of like given up on the like not having wisdom thing. I'm like, I still want to set up traps and shit, and I don't know. I'm just not
What's your
super
wisdom?
perceptive.
Yeah.
I'm not super perceptive. I'm not super intuitive.
The average
You guys
person
say
knows an
something, I'll just
ambush
take it
or a
from-
surprise attack is better than fighting someone on even terms. All right.
It's just like I'm giving
that just
advice,
seems
and
like
it's
a smart thing.
Yeah, you're giving bad
like,
advice,
not
and
really
it's
a
funny.
foresight thing.
Again, it's the issue of this version being like intelligence is like information and being logical and maybe thinking things through, while wisdom isn't necessarily like giving sage advice. It's just picking up your surroundings.
I mean, you're a hobgoblin. If anyone knows how to set up an ambush, a hobgoblin knows how to set up an ambush.
Exactly.
I'm going with like she's got the cold logic going off of like the easiest way to get away is to just fucking murder them. Where, you know, the wisdom might kick in and be like, we're sort of killing somewhat innocent people. Maybe we don't want to do that. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
I love that I gotta set it up so it looked like those freaking rat people killed them.
Yeah, that's what I like, because that's what your character do. He sets them up.
Yep.
I did get to do a low wisdom roll of jumping out of a window for no reason that I didn't need to and taking 4 damage. So got that going for me.
Yeah,
Just a little
you scared
proof
to
of
do
low
that.
wisdom.
I was so sad. I was like, oh, we got the hay there, but death.
You're already about to die, but I'm well.
Mhm.
I can risk it.
As your legs hit the side of the hay.
All right. So for a combination of successful encounters, getting the treasure away from Bellerin successfully and keeping it safe so far, along with all the things you guys have killed, and some wonderful bonuses for RP from each of you. Looking at a grand total of 800 XP.
Between us or individually?
Between you.
Oh.
So 800
Between
divided
us.
by 5.
So
Jesus.
160.
Oh, it's gonna be 2 more sessions before I hit level 2.
Oof.
Oh yeah. I mean, we could just kill these 3. That's probably at least 100.
Absolutely.
I mean, if we just like coordinate one of us just murdering the entire party, one of us will bring the group level up to like at least 3 for murdering like 4 other PC.
Kill XP is divided, right? It's not per person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we have one person level 3, and then the rest of the group starts level 3.
Exactly.
That's why I like altered experience at low levels.
Well, I hope you had fun anyway.
No, I don't want to be level 1 for another fucking 2 weeks, Jordan.
9 health. 9 health. That
You'll be
18 would have
fine.
murdered me completely if that hit.
Feeling the itch.
It's one of those like, Jordan. Pretty sure you said it would be like, episode of level 1, Jordan.
It's all good.
I'm just being a dick. We're stuck at level 1 for a while, but, you know, I am going to bug you about it constantly like the last time. Like, hey, Jordan.
That was
I
level
had to wait
8.
for 6 months.
At one
That's
point, I was
different.
level 5 for 5 months. We
The
played
other
every
games
week.
because we didn't play.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed episode 2 of the City of Caelumvale. and be sure to tune in this Friday for Song of Rapture, episode, I want to say 21, the Blackjack episode.
21.
Oh god, no. I miss Vine. I miss it so much. It was such easy entertainment. As we will be coming back at 7:30 Eastern for the Song of Rapture, I believe. John, are we missing you?
What? Song
Friday?
of Rapture? Yeah. Clyde's gone, which means Chester's dead.
Tears, infinite tears, as we have no Clyde this Friday, but we will still have a game, and then we do not we do not have a game of The Expanse this Sunday. That has been postponed to allow for greater preparation time and a little bit of a break for Brendan, as we have been running him a tad ragged through quite a bit, actually. I don't think he's really had a break for a little bit, so giving him some time off. We'll be back the following Sunday at our normal time, 5 p.m. Eastern, for The Expanse. And then, of course, next week we'll be live once again with the city of Caelumvale and the adventures of our wonderful little group here next Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern. I certainly hope to see you there, and I hope you had a wonderful time with us tonight. As always, may your dice roll 20s and you always make your saves.
Later.